Welcome to our HR and employment law update for employers, and this update was made in February 2024. And if you want to read the full version of this HR and employment law update, then please go to the myHR department news pages or follow the link on screen. That will take you through to the newsletter. You can read that at your leisure. 2024 is well underway now, and hopefully you'll have caught up with our roundup of what to expect from employment law this year. And just in case you haven't, I've put the link to the article on screen here, and that will show you the legislative developments that we're expecting in 2024. Okay, let's have a look at what's been happening. So, working from home is less efficient, said an employment tribunal. Employment law doesn't just come from changes to legislation. Case law has a lot to do with it. And we were interested to see one of the very first cases of flexible working requests of this particular type, which concluded just before Christmas. Now, in this case, Mrs. Wilson was a senior employee of the Financial Conduct Authority, and she applied to work permanently from home. She'd already been working from home all over the COVID period and since, and she had received excellent appraisal ratings. And she argued they should support her request to make home working permanent. Now, that's a fairly compelling argument when you think about it, but not compelling enough for the employment tribunal, who accepted her employer's view that while she performed well at home, certain tasks would be better performed in the office. Now, if you want to, you can read more about that case. The link is on screen here, and our companion article on JCHR, which is our combined payroll and HR service. So our companion article there has more detail on the 6 specific reasons the employer, the FCA, used to reject her request in this particular case. And that article considers whether they may act as precedents for future cases. So the link for that is on screen as well. On the subject of flexible working requests, we are expecting some new changes in April this year. And those changes are going to be quite major. They're going to impact how SME owners and managers are required to respond to flexible working requests in the future. So to help SME owners and managers get to grips with that, we've published a video. And the link on the screen that I provided here will take you to our YouTube channel so you can see that video, and it'll tell you how to handle requests in the future. Retained HR clients can access that video and all of the other communications and training tools that we've published through the client area, which is accessed via the myHR department homepage. And just in case you've forgotten where that is, shame on you, here it is. Look, it's highlighted in that little red circle. That's the login area from the homepage. Now, news of a new service from myHR department. We're often asked to recommend good quality, sensibly priced health and safety consultants. And to be honest, since our old friend John retired, we've struggled to find reliable and sensible alternatives. And so we've taken the bull by the horns, and our very own Gina Regan is now fully NEBOSH qualified. So for pragmatic help with health and safety policies, risk assessments, and even pat testing your electrical appliances, we're able to do it all for you. We have a reputation for no-nonsense, pragmatic HR solutions, and now we're bringing you health and safety solutions too. You can read more about our health and safety services by following the link that's on screen there for you. Also, new news of sorts is that our recruitment headhunter Nida Atif is returning to myHR department. After a Tom Cruise-esque absence, Nida, our original and most talented researcher, or headhunter in layman's terms, left myHR department 6 years ago to devote time to her family, but now she's back. As well as having an MA in HR, Nida is an expert finding great candidates and was instrumental in establishing myHR department's recruitment arm. You can read more about Nida and our recruitment offering by once again following the link on screen. Nida has a track record of recruiting fantastic candidates for our clients. She really is a brilliant recruiter. And if you haven't used myHR department to recruit for your vacancies in a while, then I think it's time to think about giving us a whirl. Note too that our fees are largely due when we've actually found your candidate for you. So it's a very attractive service, and with our most talented researcher at the helm, I'm sure it's going to be popular. Now, lastly for this update, I wrote about Labour employment policy well before Christmas. Labour will introduce, if they're elected to government, which is beginning to look quite inevitable, they're going to introduce day one unfair dismissal rights, fair pay agreements, a ban on 0 hours contracts and a ban on fire and rehire practices, as well as a much bigger role for trade unions. Now, I noticed in my daily trawl of the headlines last week that the Nationals have finally cottoned on to this. And with a headline in the Times that I've just included there, talking about employer nervousness of the economic consequences of Angela Rayner's much published, but it seems still little understood, plans for employment law. It's called a New Deal, I think, for working people. If you want to read the facts about Labour's proposals, you can read the article via the link on screen. Now that's it for this edition. If you have any questions, comments or suggestions about topics you'd like covered in the future, as ever, please contact inquiries at myHRdept.co.uk. That's inquiries at myHRdept.co.uk. We provide support, HR support for employers. We also provide fully outsourced payroll services as well. Now, as part of our HR services, we create handbooks and policies and contracts for clients, complex contractual clauses. We can write request-related letters. We can sense check your flexible working requests and do all sorts of things and any things that are HR as well. So if you'd like to contact us, then please, the details are on screen there. We'd love to hear from you. If you're not already a retained client at my HR department, then we would very much welcome a chat. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.